Good morning, and we are live. Another episode here on the Talk to Tanner Morning Show, where we dive into tips, tricks, and exercises to lay out what it is we need to work on ourselves to make ourselves a better version for the people we care most about. Well, this morning we're talking about discipline, and discipline's been a part of so many success stories whenever we're reading personal development books or whether we're diving. Good morning, thanks for coming in to the show this morning. Whether we're diving in to see a cool autobiography on something someone's doing well, or maybe we're just listening to a motivational speech, or maybe we're looking at our past selves, our own previous experiences from the past, and kind of see what worked really well, what didn't work, and what can we do different going in the future. That little three-headed question is great for learning the right disciplines, right? Because we can have disciplines and some of them could be bad, some of them could be toxic, some of them could be painful, some of them painful in an unhealthy way. We talk about pain on the show, but not today. However, diving into a discipline, let's pull up what does discipline even mean on a technical term. Let's just pull up a real definition. Okay, discipline, the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. So that's not the definition we're looking for. This is the negative one. This is sometimes we can have a bad connotation with certain words when we're not taking the right definition, or I'm jumbling up my words this morning. I apologize. I'm trying to think of a eloquent way to say that. Sometimes words can be so powerful in a positive way, but we choose to take the wrong definition of it. We choose to take it in the wrong way, if that makes sense. So under discipline, you hear the word discipline and you think of possibly disciplining a child, or maybe when you were a child, you were disciplined in the wrong way, or we have a bad relationship with one of the most powerful things on the planet versus the other definition for discipline, a branch of knowledge, typically one studied in higher education. Okay. So a branch of knowledge, something that we can lay out, something that we can use, discipline. What would be your own definition of discipline? Well, mine would probably be along the lines of doing something consistently that you know is getting you closer to what you really want. Discipline. Doing something consistently to get closer to what it is that you really want. Having discipline. Okay, what are some types of discipline? You're like, all right, well, cool. You went over the Webster Google definition of discipline. I get it. I need discipline in my life. What are a couple of disciplines that we could have? Let me go ahead and stop this screen share. Let me go ahead and switch over to my AirPods. Okay, still rocking and rolling. Cool. So let's go over a couple disciplines. There's my handy dandy chalk this morning. Good morning. Good morning. I hope everyone's having a great morning. It's fun, fantastic Friday already. So we're talking about disciplines. I know things are a little chaotic, but pull your attention right here to disciplines. We're going to go over a couple disciplines. First discipline, most important, health. Health. You have to have good health. If you do not have good health, what do you have? Question for yourself to think about for maybe just possibly a second. If you do not have good health, what do you have? I want you to think of the last time you were sick, the last time you were injured. What were you thinking about?
Probably just that. So, getting our minds under the understanding of how important health as a discipline and how life is a marathon, not a sprint, keeping it under whether that's the foods that we eat or the movement that we achieve in today. Where is your disciplines with your health? Are you eating? What are you watching? What are you putting in your mouth? And are you moving enough to satisfy and reach your goals? Health, number one. Number two, economics. Do we understand the money that's moving around in our own accounts? Have you ever heard this? I don't know where it all goes. I don't know where it all went. It's like you think people are going to want to give that guy an opportunity to figure out in finances and stuff. And this one's tough. It takes a ton of discipline and it takes time to figure out. Not only, thankfully, we live in a society. Thankfully, we live in a land of opportunity. Kind of finagle, pick, choose, figure out what it is with these economics and what direction we want to go. Because in economics, you can either go way up or you can go real low, real down. They say it's a depression or it's been in the last couple of years. And I've seen multiple businesses quadruple, even 8 times over. And then some of us are stuck here behind wondering what's going on. Having a good understanding of economics, having good strategic, tight financial accounts, keeping eyes over things, becoming more disciplined with your economics. If you go out to eat, do you really need to also stop at Dairy Queen to get blizzards too? Kind of finding the balance between when it is appropriate to spend money versus when it's not, when you need to be strict on your financial accounts, looking at your goals. I get it. Life's short. You don't have to save every single penny you ever make, but having a budget and a plan is a really good way to start on your disciplines. Communication next. Communication, I mean, all of these have a tendency to play off of each other. Communication, what I'm saying, how I'm saying it, can hugely make a difference in the interaction with the person, how I'm making them feel, if I'm helping them. So think if you want to help somebody and you have poor communication skills. So you're helping them get something done, but you talk like an asshole. You got a terrible tone, negative energy, and everyone hates being around you. Communication. What do you think's the thing that they're going to focus on? That you're helping them or that you're draining on them and no one likes to be around you? Or communication, think about the people that you really like. How do they communicate? Do they have a nice approach? Are they relatable? Where are their strengths at? So thinking in when you're trying to become more disciplined, learning about communication. What are you saying? How are you saying it? Be a little more conscious, thinking before we speak. It's not a totally bad way to go about things. And I get it, sometimes, oh, but they're sensitive and I don't want to step on their toe. Let them have it. Whatever, they can have it. Because when you have people on your side, life goes a lot smoother. And I'm not saying get ran over, but I'm just saying avoid dumb things. Like if you're arguing at all, like think about what are we really doing here? What are we really doing here when we're arguing? All we're doing is just making each other pissed off. I'm not going to change your mind. You're not going to change my mind. But what I can do is I can put it in words that'll make it more enticing for you and also make a winning situation for myself. The power of communication. Next up, lifestyle. Overall lifestyle is a combination of these and how they kind of all work together. Are you living the lifestyle that you think you need to be living in order to get what you really want? So what it is that you really want. We talked about yesterday, Tony Robbins' rapid planning method, and we need a desired result. We need some type of outcome that we are striving to do, whether it's reaching a certain milestone, maybe it's working with a particular type of client, maybe it's losing a certain amount of weight, having that desired outcome. Does our overall lifestyle match what it is that we want to do? If you tell me you want to grow a business and you want to start, so for example, I want to place a lot of my emphasis on my company doing a lot of coaching in the mornings. I want to catch people in the early parts of the day, do you think staying up all night, going out with friends is trying to attract those people? Do you think that's going to work? Do you think if I'm hanging out at the club at 3 a.m. on the weekends, I'm going to attract people who want to be 7 a.m. clients, 8 a.m. clients, 9 a.m. clients? Is that going to work out well for me? Probably not. So lifestyle, understanding lifestyle and how important that is to match your lifestyle with what it is that you really want. And I'm not saying you got to go to bed at 8 o'clock on a Friday night, but however, understand your situations, your roles, and how that kind of impacts each other. Because I don't know about you, but nowadays, if I stay up and I go out till 3, 4 a.m., I literally don't do shit for 24 hours. Nothing. Feel like crap. Don't want to move. And there's special occasions. I have friends getting married, and I'm willing to do that. But just understand having discipline and consistency versus just exceptions for a really good special time, right? And that's for your own judgment to make up. You're responsible for making that judgment and finding that balance. The Buddha's always right. The middle way in Basley to talk about the Buddha, spirituality. You're like, Tanner, I'm not religious. I don't care. I'm not spiritual. That doesn't make any. Spirituality, I think, goes a lot beyond that. Maybe even just reading some text, maybe just taking some principles. So you could go to Google and you could type in top teachings from Jesus. And even if you're not into Jesus, you're not into God, I think he's pretty cool, dude, or you're not into that, you can at least look at these principles and you can't tell me that there's some truth behind them, that some of them make a lot of sense. Treat thy neighbor like thyself. Oh, what does that mean in a world where everyone just is really hard on themselves? Well, that's inferring that you would treat yourself with love, care, and respect. So you should treat other people with love, care, and respect. Whether you're spiritual or not, I don't care. That's a good way to go about things. And not even just Christianity and within Buddhism. Those are my two favorites, but there's everything other under the sun that we can dive into and we can look at to try and form our own opinions, our own judgments, our own lifestyles, our own way of communicating, figuring out tools, tips, and tricks to be more disciplined in our economics, or maybe whatever the hell it is we need to do to have better health. Either or. Look at these disciplines. These are basic disciplines. And if we can incorporate, so you tell me this beautiful Friday morning while you're having your coffee, you're getting ready to go out for the day. Where can you apply some of these disciplines? Where can you apply one of them? Whether it is better health, getting closer to your economic goals, having stronger communication, listening. Oh my gosh, imagine what we could do if we just listened a little bit. Communication, lifestyle. Is what you're doing today matching up with the lifestyle that you actually want to live? Are you watching Netflix and eating Doritos? Are you going out to a networking conference and meeting people and trying to send out a few business cards, get recognized, putting a smile, feeling some energy, getting it going? Lifestyle. And lastly, spirituality. I'm not saying you need to go to church, but I'm saying we need to read texts. And whether spirituality, for me, this ranges from everything from Christianity, Buddhism, to just Stoic philosophers. Marcus Aurelius's 22 Meditations. A lot of people wouldn't consider that spiritual, but that's kind of the category I put it under. Good reading from history, principles that we can embed in our own life to help improve these other first four: health, economics, communication, and lifestyle. These are some great disciplines that can help move your life in a better direction. Where do you need to be more disciplined? What can we do to be more disciplined? And asking ourselves, is that what I really want? Is that what you really want? So go ahead and take time this Friday. We're wrapping up the show. These are some disciplines that I always like to touch on, the basics, as it's good to study. It's good to study the basics. So Good morning to you all. I hope you all have a wonderful Friday. These were some disciplines. Check them out, share them with friends, see where you can grow, which ones do you like best. And if you ever need help with going over some of these disciplines, brainstorming, picking and prodding the details of these disciplines, you can always go to talktotanner.com and sign up for a free coaching session. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Stay disciplined. Check out these disciplines. Kick ass this weekend. Have an awesome time. Enjoy yourself. Life's like a candle in the wind. Brief, right? Life's too short. We got to enjoy it while we're here. I know I'm going to. Friends, family, all these loved people around me. Too much to be grateful for to not try and strive and be more disciplined. So cheers to that. Cheers to y'all. Kick ass this weekend. Have a great time. And I will be seeing you all on Monday morning, bright and early, 7 a.m. This is episode, 96? The 96 of these fuckers. So we're getting close to 100, and I think I'm going to mix it up a little bit, maybe do some pre-recorded shows, or maybe add some more editing or something like that, change it up, spice it up. We need to do some shit. So day 100 coming up next week. It's going to be a banger, and we're excited. It's going to be fun. You all have a great weekend. Cheers, cheers. Thanks so much. Until next time. I'm out.